Hey everybody, it's Nick, aka Critic Nick, and I'm back with another book review today. Today I'll be reviewing The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Now, I actually ended up really liking this book. I was surprised by how much I liked it. This has been recommended to me by a lot of people here on YouTube especially. So I grabbed it, and it really did blow me away by how much I liked it. The summary of the story is you follow this 16-year-old girl named Katniss Everdeen. Now, this story takes place in the future, what I'm assuming is like hundreds of years in the future. There's been world wars and things like that, and what was formerly known as the United States is now a country known as Panem, which is like 12 districts, or what I like to think of as like 12 colonies, essentially. And they're basically run by this, totalitarian government that has total control over everything, obviously. And the way they're very diverse in how the colonies are set up, or the districts. Some are very poor, there's some rich sections, and from Katniss's perspective, which she narrates the story, you get the feeling that where she lives is very rustic. She lives in District 12. It's very, like, rustic, not a lot going on. There's hardly any technology or anything like that. But then in other parts of the story, we see other parts of the country are actually very sophisticated. Lots of technology, very strange clothing, and things like that. So it is very interesting to see, this whole futuristic idea from Suzanne Collins' mind. Anyway, back to the story. With this whole government, they like to keep the population in check. They have this very strong, like, police force and everything that, likes to keep everything in order. And every year they have what's called the Hunger Games that basically is there to remind everybody that they're in control. And what the Hunger Games is they pick two individuals, a boy and a girl from each district, and so that's obviously 24 in total, and they battle to the death in this arena that's set up every year. If that concept sounds a little familiar, it's been done in other stories like Battle Royale, for example. I haven't read the book, but I saw the movie, and it is a similar concept to that, with the kids fighting to the death and the whole, corrupt government and everything. In my opinion, it is very original, though. It just takes that concept, but it's definitely its own story. So anyway, Katniss obviously takes part in the Hunger Games. Now, originally she wasn't chosen, but her younger sister was, but she obviously didn't want to see her go into the games, so she volunteers to take her place, and it basically takes off from there. I don't really want to give anything else away, but she's, you basically get a survival tale. Katniss, you see her form some alliances, you see a lot of loss, it gets very emotional, but there is a lot of action and things like that. It's just a very exciting story. I did not find myself bored with this book once. I will say, though, at the beginning when I started reading it, I really didn't like Katniss's character. At first, I just had to get used to her. Then as the story goes on, you realize where she came from, why she is the way she is, and then you really start to feel for her character. And that's when I really started enjoying it. As the games go on, most of the story obviously takes place in the games, and it's all very exciting. There's a lot of, like, edgier seat moments. You really don't want to put this book down, especially once you get into the games, because it's just so many things going on. As far as the writing goes, this book is very well written. I was surprised by how well written it was. The author uses very short and concise sentences, yet she's able to be very descriptive in her language, and I really enjoyed that. Instead of, going on with these long run-on sentences describing everything, the way she writes, she's able to just take these really short, easy-to-read sentences, yet make them sound very sophisticated and descriptive. I was really surprised by that. Like I said, I could not put this book down. It did take me a little while to read just because I'm so busy, and I'm a fairly slow reader, but I really didn't want to put this book down. It was very exciting, a lot going on, and you really do start to feel for your characters. I've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube, and a lot of females review this book. I think this is definitely also a book for guys as well. Even though your protagonist is a girl, there's a lot of action. It's not like, there's a little romance angle to it, but it's not serious, and that's not what the focus of the book is. But for the most part, this is a book for guys and girls. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of, political turmoil. I think anybody can relate to the characters involved. So with all that said, I definitely recommend this book, and I would like to thank those who recommended this book to me. I really did enjoy it. Very surprised the next book in the series is out. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in the series, but there is another one out right now called Catching Fire, which I'm really eager to pick up now. Like I said, I definitely recommend this to guys and girls. I would say, probably in the 13 or 14 and up age range. I mean, there is some violence involved. Nothing extremely graphic. But yeah, there is like some killing, obviously kids killing kids, things like that. Anyway, to sum it up, it's well written. It's an exciting story. It's a little bit futuristic. It's not like totally sci-fi though. There are some things involved, with some hovercrafts and they describe some very strangely dressed people and people with dyed skin. But for the most part, it's futuristic, but at the same time very relevant to today, especially like the political turmoil and all that type of stuff. It is very relevant, and it doesn't really stray too far into like sci-fi territory. I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised with this one. It's definitely an exciting read. It's an easy read for all age levels, and I highly recommend it. I don't really know what else to say about it. I heard they're actually making a movie about this book as well. That should be very exciting to see what they come up with and how they handle certain elements in the book. So that should be definitely exciting to see what they come out with. So that's my review of The Hunger Games. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely recommend this book. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on it if you have read it in the comments or video response or whatever. Be eager to see what you think about it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for other book, movie, and other entertainment related news and updates as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching and have a good one.